It can be tempting to think that we need special circumstances in which to recognize our true nature as non-dual awareness. But I've discovered that that's not really true. Sometimes on the bad days is when you can see it most clearly. Here's what I mean. So I was having today a little bit of an unideal day, let's say. I was feeling antsy and restless and little bits of anger bubbling up for no apparent reason. And as I sat outside, just noticing this feeling, it was like suddenly it compressed into a space in front of me. That's very figurative how I'm saying it, but it was almost like, because it was so intense and because I was witnessing it so intently, the fact that that feeling, that energy, was not me, became more clear. It was apparent as an energy, as a sensation, as more like sensation. And the witness stood out more clearly because of its silence and stillness and unmovedness. So here is still roiling feelings, anger, bit of anxiety, strange bubbling, popping sensations of who knows what. But just witnessing it shifted. And then that popped out an idea. Those days that you don't want to feel it, the way you think you're most human, most of a muggle, is the days that perhaps your greatest insight can come to you. Because now you're forced to witness. And when you're witnessing, that gap between the witnesser and that which is witnessed is revealed. Now, don't get too caught up in the apparent duality of this. Witnesser and witnessed, it's dual, but really they're the same thing. It's just that in this moment of recognition, the observer and that which is observed is noticed more clearly. But if you really go into it further, then you can collapse that distinction. We don't even actually have to do that. It's enough to see that this energy is not who we are, and we don't have to do anything about it. That's the important bit. You don't have to do anything about it except witness it. It's not something that you have to control or get rid of so you can be more spiritual. The spiritual is in that moment of observing it and being in it and having the courage to be present with it. I'm just going to sit here and let this thing bubble up. And I'm going to feel like a real muggle, like a really lost all spiritual presence completely. And in that, and was exaggerate the pain of it. The difference between that which is observing and that which is felt is known. And you'll see that it's an energy running through you that has its own momentum and projection. It just does its thing. You are the witness. Now, the more you witness into that and perceive this energy without labeling it, the more you realize that there's no separation between the sensation and the observation of it. Because where does the observation end and the sensation begin? So it's one continuum. But you don't have to, as I say, you don't have to get that. You don't have to get that. All that's necessary is for you to know that that intensity is not who you are. You are that which witnesses and which, out of which that is made, but it's not personal. It's not personal. It's simply the energy of awareness. It's a bit rambly today, but maybe I'll make sense of it. I'll leave it there. Of course, do like and subscribe, and as always, tell me how this lands with you, how it feels for you in comments.